Hey all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and this is the Indiecember writing tag. If you're not familiar, Indiecember was started by YouTuber Megan Tennant over at Cloud Kitten Chronicles as a way to promote reading indie books all through December. I will put a link to her video in the description below, as well as a link to her website that explains the entire process. So how this tag works is you have a bingo board of questions, and you go through answer each question until you get a full line. I'll be using a random number generator to pick my questions, and I will be using characters from my upcoming contemporary romance novel, Heart and Soul. The first question is number 14. Santa's coming to town. Is your protagonist naughty or nice? If you have multiple books or protagonists, you can do this for multiple. Heart and Soul is a dual POV between Tessa and Ungi. They are both far more nice than naughty because I really enjoy writing cozy characters. I like writing about genuinely good human beings, and these two are sweet and loyal, and they work hard at their relationship and their relationships with their friends. Number 13, Santa's lists. How many characters are in the main cast of your most recent WIP or publication? There are 6 in Heart and Soul that get the most page time. Obviously, we have our protagonists, Tessa and Ungi, and there is also Tessa's bestie, Kelly, and the 3 other band members that are part of the idol group with Ungi, which are Juan, Sung-soo, and Min-jae. All of the characters listed will eventually be leads in their own books as we move through the series. Number 16, cutting down Christmas trees. Do you edit your manuscript in digital format or print it out? Both. I do the bulk of my editing digitally, and usually once I am getting down to line edits, I will print off every chapter and go through it one chapter at a time with paper and pen. Number 12, holiday parties. Do you have a logline prepared for when someone asks you about your book? Or do you run and hide? Or do you have a masterful plan of a diversion the rest of us could use? I don't have anything super fancy. Usually I just tell people that Heart and Soul is a queer contemporary K-pop romance that features a marriage of convenience, and usually one of those things will pique someone's interest. Number 25, naughty to nice. Which character was on the naughty list, but Santa liked them and took them off? 100% Min-jae. He is the youngest member of 24/7, and he would be able to get away with murder. Not that he'd ever commit murder, but you know. He's a definite beta fave, and I find it very difficult to believe that Santa would not also be as enamored with him as everyone else. Number 10, Santa's bag. If you could tell Santa one item that should be given to every writer everywhere, what would it be? A time turner. Everyone would be able to get enough sleep, have enough time to get all of their life stuff done, and have tons of time to get all their writing done too. It's perfect! Number 9, ho ho ho. What's a line or scene that makes you or your readers laugh? I'm gonna do the spray bottle. So Sung-soo is the eldest of the group that is not currently doing their compulsory military service, so he's basically the group dad. When the younger ones get too rowdy or they're just not listening to what he has to say, sometimes he'll just haul out the spray bottle, nail each of them in the head to get their attention. You do what you gotta do, and sometimes this method is a lot safer and avoids you being pulled into an unnecessary wrestling match. Number 8, Santa Baby. Which of your characters could romance presents out of Santa? Again, probably Min-jae. He is a hard man to say no to, and I feel like Santa would have difficulty resisting. Number 23, traditions. What holidays or traditions exist in your story world? If you have too many to list, what is your favorite? The bulk of my story is set in Seoul, South Korea, and they have some really cool holidays such as Chuseok, which is kind of like a Korean Thanksgiving, and they also go all out for the Lunar New Year. Number 20, Gingerbread House. Who is your handiest or craftiest character? That is a very good question because honestly none of them are particularly handy or crafty. The closest skill, I guess, that some of them have would probably be cooking, and that would fall to Kelly, Minju, and Sung-soo. Number 19, Santa's beard. Who is your oldest character and around how old are they? For characters that I have figured out all of the information for, this would probably be Tessa's mom. She is 57. Her full name is Olivia Souza Hale, and she is also a software engineer and full-time caregiver to her husband of 31 years. She was born in Fortaleza, Brazil, and she is an absolute gem of a human being. I kind of want her to adopt me. Number 21, Snow Angel. Which of your characters is most likely to make a snow angel, and which is most likely to be wishing they were on a beach instead? Juan very much prefers cold weather to hot weather. He hates being sweaty, and he really enjoys a lot of the activities that come with winter. Tessa loves the ocean. She is born and raised in Vancouver, so she's pretty much always been in close proximity to it. She is definitely happiest on a beach. Number 15, wrapping. Which character would spend way too much time wrapping presents because they want it to look perfect? Definitely Juan. There is even a scene in his book, which I am currently writing, which involves present wrapping, and you can always tell when he has had a hand in it because it is like professional levels of perfect. Number 5, Sleigh Bells. Which music do you listen to when writing? I have a book playlist that I listen to when I'm drafting. It's usually a huge range of music, just whatever happens to fit whatever scene I'm working on at the time. And then when I am editing or revising, I listen to an instrumental playlist. Number 3, milk and cookies. What's your favorite writer snack? Bonus if it's milk and cookies. Sadly, no bonus points. I don't snack very often when I'm writing because I tend to use meal times as an actual break from writing now. I pretty much always have a cup of tea at my desk though, so I don't know if that counts. Number 18, blizzard. What's your favorite weather to write in? I mean, I'm inside when I write all the time, so the weather doesn't so much affect me. I do enjoy summer rains though because it's warm enough that I can kind of crack the window, get some fresh air in, and it's raining so it's way less likely that there will be any of our neighbors on the lawn to stare at me. And we got a bingo! Number 1, Nightmare Before Christmas. What's a writing or book release mistake that still haunts you? Mostly that I knew dick all about marketing for my first 2 books, so I did very little of anything. I'm going to be tagging Tamara Woods and Kat Sperling Books to do this tag. If you would also like to do it, feel free, consider yourself tagged. I will put links to both Tamara and Kat's channels in the description below so you can check them out. Let me know in the comments below if you're planning on participating in Indiecember. You can start reading already, so get on that. If you want to use any of my books, you can use Hades and Persephone over the 10 to 29 reviews, magical, mythology-inspired, and green. If you want to use Hera, it can cover 0 to 9 reviews, magical, and mythology-inspired. If you got your hands on an early copy of Heart and Soul, that'll cover non-Western inspired, contemporary, mistletoe, and 0 to 9 reviews. Happy reading! So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to join the 2 giveaways that I have going on right now. The first is for my mailing list where you can sign up for a chance to win an advanced copy of Heart and Soul. And the second is my pre-sale giveaway. If you pre-order a copy of Heart and Soul, you can enter a giveaway that will give you a chance to win some awesome prizes, 1 each month up until the release, as well as the possibility of 2 grand prizes. I will put links to both of those in the description below. You can read the first 3 chapters of Heart and Soul on my website, and if romance is not your thing, you can check out my other 2 books, Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone, and Olympian Confessions, Hera. Both of them are available right now in ebook and paperback. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to be notified as soon as I upload, then ring that bell. All my social media links will be in the description below, and I will see you all next week with another video.